Travis Wayne did so. This video is going to be about the atrocities of the leadership. We have Oaks and Soares giving talks this week. And then the Church News also has how the church organizes before and after disasters to provide a helping hand. We'll start with that one. Remember that? The storm that blew through Utah, knocked out the power for days, for others, many days, and no helping hands in Utah. Where was the organization that they are claiming the church has for disasters? What about coronavirus? How is the church organized before and during this coronavirus? So helping hands, we've only heard for storms outside of Utah. There is the food donations increase during pandemic and recent harvest, but that's because the church was not organized before. And the only reason for a harvest is because they went back to work, putting people at risk on the farm. Whereas the farmers, they didn't have, there were two types of food services. One is for schools, and I can't remember the titles of them. One is for the public use at grocery stores, the other is for businesses and restaurants. And with the closing of all the restaurants and businesses, those farmers had nobody to sell to, and so they just dumped their crops, let them spoil. And anyway, I didn't see any help here in Utah. Then we get to Soares. We'll save the one who angers me the most for last. The title of the news release, which was back on the 28th, he encourages respect and love for those with whom we disagree. Well, that sounds like a good doctrine. Why would I be a critic towards this? The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints as the corporation is being sued by me because they showed no respect and love. They disagreed with me. I said Joseph Smith is a translator. They said no. That's right, you heard me right. I said Joseph is a translator. They said no. And as a result, they want me dead. They've attempted to murder me on several occasions. They don't do it themselves. They get other Mormons to do it for them. And those other Mormons suck at murdering people. If you're gonna hire an assassin, you gotta pay top dollar. And so how are they showing respect and love for me, whom they disagree with? See, they love to tell us as Mormons, that's right, I'm Mormon, that we should respect and love those whom we disagree with, especially if we disagree with the apostles of the church, the prophets of the church. We need to respect and love them when we disagree with them. But I gave you my personal witness that they don't respect and love me, whom they disagree with. See, typically it would be called hypocrisy, but when it comes from leadership, it's far worse than that. When it comes from those in authority, positions of trust, it's criminal. It's beyond abuse. It's criminal abuse. This is why I get infuriated with Oaks. See, for Oaks, they have on the newsroom thing the caption that says, "What will bring peace in our time of anxiety, racism, and other problems?" And so already I'm getting pissed because I know what he's referring to. So if we go to the front title page, his answer is given there, or the home page. The gospel will bring peace in our lives. Oh, yeah, okay. Keeping my eye on a couple of programs. And so, what he's talking about is his interpretation of the gospel. And he doesn't tell you his interpretation of the gospel. He just says generally, oh, the gospel will bring peace. That's the first phase of Oakes's horror, revealing his true white supremacy. Because that's the other part of it. He's the racist. And he says the gospel will bring peace to us during his time of racism, when he's being racist. That we, as Elder Soares told us, let me scroll back down to it, we need to respect and love Oakes when he's racist. That's the gospel, respect and love. That we need to respect and love Oakes when he's racist. When he causes us to be anxious because the prophets are exposing us to the virus and we are dying from it. Over 2,000 new cases today, by the way. It's just getting worse. Still have a lot of Utahns that need to get it. So they're ramping it up as quick as they can to get as many people infected as they can and thus increase the number of deaths, which, by the way, are also consistently increasing. This is the horror that the church causes. They tell us what they will not do themselves, what they don't even believe in themselves. And yet they fool Mormons. I'll get abusive comments. You need to leave the church alone, Travis. Go mess with your church. Criticize your church. I had somebody tell me that. So I simply replied, I'm Mormon. I'm doing exactly what you've asked. So that's why I do these videos. I'm Mormon. I'm not going to do videos criticizing Christianity. I can. It's very easy to do. Constantine set up Christianity for forever. I can do Jews criticism because they've adopted Babylonian practices and beliefs. Islam, They're not the origin of religion. They're relatively new. But I don't do that. I allow people to believe what they want. If people want to find out about the truth, I'm more than happy to tell people. It's just nobody cares to know the truth. Or they don't think I can tell them the truth. But nobody is going to tell me that I have to accept somebody else's beliefs. That's where they cross the line. Because, like the Mormon prophets, they're abusive. They hurt people. They cause harm. They commit crimes, not just against Mormons, but others. They destroy people's lives. And again, I'm a witness. They don't show respect and love to me. So understand this. I'm not a critic just to criticize. I do it to protect myself. Because they're in a position of trust as religious leaders. And they control the whole government of Utah. And so when they tell me I need to behave, it pisses me off. Because they're not behaving. And that's what white supremacists do. They get all upset that other people aren't behaving towards them when they are the cause of the abuse towards others that causes others to rise up and protest, to fear for an election result, to fear whether a person will be able to have a regular life in Utah when they don't believe in the church and don't want anything to do with it. They destroy, and they tell other people they need to behave towards them, to allow them to continue to destroy, to dominate, to oppress, suppress, depress, oppress, and just downright bully and commit further crimes. Know the difference.